Welcome, everyone. I see a lot of Aggies in the crowd. Raise your hand if you're a loud, proud Aggie. Outstanding. And if you're not, we are so pleased to welcome you. All are welcome at the Texas A&M House at the Hotel Van Zandt. And we're so pleased that you're here to join us for this exciting unveiling. Our engineering program at Texas A&M University is one of the top in the country and one of the largest. And we really pride ourselves on innovation and giving our students an opportunity to get their hands on real world design and build experiences. And we are going to do it today. So with no further ado, I'd like to kick off a little video for your pleasure.
Formula SAE is an intercollegiate design competition hosted by the Society of Automotive Engineers. Students design, build, test, develop, and then compete with their Formula One style race cars around the world in 7 different events across all continents.
Into one complete project, and we get to do more than just build a prototype and present to a company. We get to actually build a final product and race it and see our full accomplishments of everything that we've worked so hard for all year long.
So far in my college career, I haven't dealt with a problem this challenging or with a group this large. So it gives me an opportunity to work with a lot of different people, and we get to communicate and see how our ideas and challenges affect other sub-teams.
Formula SAE alumni are very heavily recruited, especially by automotive companies. I've recently accepted an offer at General Motors. I'm really excited to start with them after I graduate. I can see myself there in 10 years.
Formula SAE is an intercollegiate design competition hosted by the Society of Automotive Engineers. Students design.
All right. Our students, again, I cannot say enough about their innovation and their energy to make things happen. It's my pleasure to now welcome one of the Formula SAE car team members, Rebecca Novak. Please come forward.
My name is Rebecca Novak, and I'm a senior mechanical engineering major with the class of 2017, and I'm also the business manager and part of the chassis team for the Formula SAE Senior Design Project. I'm going to talk to you today a little bit about the project and how Texas A&M runs it as a senior design program within the Department of Mechanical Engineering. So the basis of this project is that a fictional company, in our case Texas A&M Racing, is tasked with designing, manufacturing, testing, and selling a formula-style race car. So this project is really interesting because it's completely independent and student run. And what this means is that every decision that we make is ours and ours alone, and we get to decide everything based on the research that we perform. So what this means is that we get to decide how well we do at competition because we decide how far we want to push ourselves and how much pressure to put on ourselves in order to succeed. So now it is my pleasure to introduce to you guys the team that I'm so incredibly proud to be a part of, and I'd like to start with our advisor, Mr. UV Duran. Thank you so much for all of your support and guidance throughout this entire year. Next is our project manager, Ryan Monheim, and our fearless leader. He's going to be talking to y'all in a little bit. Our aerodynamics team, these guys are in charge of the aerodynamic devices on the car and aim to maximize the downforce. Our chassis team, led by Thomas Revac, is in charge of designing and manufacturing the car. And the electrical specialist, Andrew Ruddy, is in charge of the car's control system. Our powertrain team, led by Colton Teplachek, is in charge of the engine and the powertrain of the car. And then our suspension team, led by Hunter Poole, is in charge of the vehicle dynamics and essentially everything from the body of the car out to the wheels. It is now my utmost pleasure to introduce to you our sponsor, our biggest sponsor, Mr. Ahmed Mahmood. We'd like to thank you guys, all of our sponsors, so much for donating and their generosity. Without them, this project certainly wouldn't be possible. And I'd also really like to thank our parents who, without you guys, nothing would be possible. You've supported us throughout this entire project, and we're just so incredibly grateful for all that you guys do. So, Mr. Ahmed Mahmood.
Well, thank you very much. You know, this was a real easy decision for us to sponsor this. This was one of the things that General Motors looks for. We're looking for institutions that are into transformational learning. We're looking for institutions that have global reach. And this program, the fact that they sort of design the car from scratch every single year gives, you know, a competitive advantage for any of the hires. Because at the end of the day, for us, it's all about the students. It's all about the kids. It's all about what they can do, because that's what we're looking for. This is what we're wanting to hire. For example, we have an innovation center here in Austin that we have approximately 3,000 developers in this area. A lot of people don't know that. But what we look for is this kind of talent. You can never get enough of it. And all of us need to sort of be very proud of what they've been able to accomplish. And it's extremely impressive. It's an impressive university, an impressive team. It's just it's very impressive for us to be involved with them. Thank you very much. And Ryan, I needed to write it down to make sure I didn't screw up.
Thank you, Mr. Mahmood, and thank you for Jim's continued contribution to our team. Howdy. Howdy. My name is Ryan Monheim. I am the mechanical engineering major, class of 2016. I'm also the project manager of the 2017 Texas A&M Formula SAE team. I'd first like to thank everyone for being here today. Our team's been working around the clock for months to get to where we are today, and I'm very proud of them and all the hard work that's gone into the car. I'd also like to thank our advisor, UV Duran, as well as the mechanical engineering department at Texas A&M, as well as all of our families and sponsors for making this possible. Racing is very expensive, but we're lucky to have a number of gracious supporters that make it possible. With that said, we are constantly seeking sponsorship, so if you're interested in supporting us, feel free to come talk with us afterwards. So at Texas A&M, Formula SAE is offered as a senior mechanical engineering design project rather than an organization that any student can join. So at the beginning of last fall semester, when we began the design process, it was the first time for any of us designing a race car from scratch. So to begin the process, we analyzed the competition and defined a concept for the car that we felt would bring the greatest success. After deciding that we wanted to build a simple and lightweight car, we made some intermediate design decisions, such as the engine or the suspension type. We nailed these down, and then we promptly dove deeper into component design and packaging. By the beginning of the Christmas break, we had a complete car model in SolidWorks and immediately began manufacturing. So we went from this computer model, just this file on the computer, to what you will see here today in exactly 3 months. Before I reveal this incredible machine, I'd like to tell you a little bit about it. The chassis is a welded steel tube space frame made out of 4130 steel. The suspension is a direct-acting spring and damper system, something rarely done in Formula SAE and never before tried by a Texas A&M team. The aerodynamics package is also all new, featuring a 4-element rear wing as well as structural carbon fiber rear wing mounts. And finally, my favorite part, the engine. We selected a 4th generation KTM 690cc single-cylinder motorcycle engine. It has some advanced features such as dual spark plugs and an internal dry sump oiling system. It creates nearly 65 horsepower and 50 foot-pounds of torque in restricted competition trim running on E85 ethanol. Now, I could talk about this car all day. In fact, most days that's what I do. But I think it really speaks best for itself. So it is my greatest pleasure to present to you the 2017 Texas A&M Formula SAE car.
That's what happens when you use ethanol. E85. It'll start. Be patient.
right, thank you again, everyone, for coming out. We're going to take some pictures now, but feel free to come talk to us afterwards and ask any questions that you might have.
Congratulations.
That's it? Yeah, we missed the show.